Alright, so now we're into the lead synth for the hook. Again, going back to layering. This lead sound actually contains, I want to say, at least 3, maybe even 4 sounds that were differently EQ'd. Some of them were panned, pushed back in the mix, just to give the sound overall more depth. So it started out with this first layer, and this contains at least 2 lead sounds, maybe 3. This is the other lead track that supplements that. Pretty much the core of the track. Now it's more effects, it's more filler. I throw in some vocal samples. I pull some other effects from some various samples, the little sprinkles that really bring the track together and make it something special and unique. So this next sound effect came from a sample that I cut from a record probably a couple of years ago. I was just going through samples. I think this was at the intro or outro. It was just like a really cool atmospheric sound. So I just cut it out, put it in one of my sample folders I could come back to, added a little bit of delay to it, EQ'd it. So the next track is actually transitional effects sound. I think I have like 4 different sounds, and again, I rendered that from that old laptop, so I ended up rendering all of these effects into one track. I got some chimes, kind of like a riser effect. You'll hear kind of what it sounds like. Here's another transitional sound effect that I found in one of my virtual instruments. I believe there's an arpeggiator enabled and maybe even some automated filtering. So we're pretty much on the home stretch here. There's only like 4 or 5 tracks, I think, left. So next I took a vocal sample, put some ping pong delay on it. And for those of you interested, this is actually vocal sample 38 from the TCustomz Vox Sample Kit Volume 1. This is one of the tracks that I end up adding later. It's kind of like a little pad or synth sound, kind of a scratchy sound. I think it's got some filter automation. It's a very subtle track, pushed back in the mix, but it just kind of fills up some empty space, some void that the other instruments don't. Filling in some empty space here. I found one more vocal sample. I was going through some samples I had set aside probably years ago, tracks that I could potentially use for fill-in for current production like I'm working on here. Went through a number of these samples, was playing my track back, kind of scanning through them and triggering different points. Found a really cool sample that I ended up EQing a little bit and panning. Now I basically only have 3 elements left. First one that I have is actually like a glockenspiel, I think is how you pronounce it. I've got 3 Glock sounds layered. So I revisited some of those samples that I was going through and found that cool little vocal sample. Again, playing back some of the samples while my loop was playing, I heard this guitar lick that really caught my attention, and I played it back during a certain part of the loop, and it kind of worked in, and I was like, I wonder if I can make this. I ended up time stretching it a little bit, finding the EQ, finding the pocket where it could actually fit in the mix. track I added as an effects track was just a vinyl static to kind of fill in some of the left and right, the sides of the mix. So again, that's a quick look into all the elements that went into making this track, Ridin music. You'll hear the final track in the outro. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please take a second, click the like button, drop a comment below, let me know your thoughts, what type of track, what type of vibe you feel like this track is. For more breakdown videos like this one, beat making videos, producer tutorials, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. And to the recording artist, this instrumental is available at TCustomz.com. A link will be in the description where you can download that directly. Also, if you'd like to send your music over to be played and reviewed on the next live music showcase, you can send that over. There will be a form that you can submit your track directly to me in the description. I want to say thanks again for watching. Thanks again for your continued support, and I will catch you next video. Peace.
TCustomz.com.
Purchase your tracks today.
TCustomz.com.